Hello, everyone. This is Jofer, the cranky old gay guy, and I am here today to discuss last night's presidential debate between President Joe Biden and the convicted felon Donald J. Trump. So, I know you probably heard a lot about it on news shows, talk shows, etc., that things didn't go well for Biden. I would say that is true. It was very disappointing. However, I don't think things went great for Trump either. I think he spoke better as far as, enunciating, and he still didn't use complete sentences. He jumps all over the place. But he failed to really answer any question that was given. Instead, he went to his talking points, much like right-wing media often does all the time. Joe Biden, let me give you my interpretation. I knew it was going to be bad the moment he walked on stage. He was doddering around like he had stumbled out of an old retirement home and he didn't know where he was. He had this weird look on his face and this smile, and one eye was lower than the other, like he had just woke up or he just had a stroke or something. It didn't look good. It wasn't a good image. Um, and unfortunately, that's what people are going to remember is his appearance as opposed to what's actually going on in his brain, policies, knowledge, information, etc. I also found that he tried to get too much information out at once, and he was speaking very fast like this, only not clearly at all. Instead, he was stopping and then finish. Oh, it was bad. It was really bad. Trump, on the other hand, stormed out to stage one, kind of like his mugshot, like, I'm proud that I'm a convicted felon. And, if there was an audience there, they would have applauded him for that. He also acted like a bully, and I found him to be very kind of got the snot, the neighborhood snot. He's like, oh, whatever. You know, when the moderator brought up his convictions or his sexual assault conviction or his liability conviction or his tax incorrect things convictions, it was like, yeah, it was like, so what? And he just came across as an a-hole. Okay, now Biden, on the other hand, did not have a good night. um, he talked about stuff that he didn't need to. You didn't need to talk about how many numbers of this and how many numbers of that. He probably would have done better just to fact check everything that Trump said, because almost everything he said was a lie, and not worry about going and try to talk about what he has plans for, because Trump's going to just ignore that whatever he says anyway, and he's going to talk about his talking points. So if he could have pivoted everything, I'm going to pause for a second because something just came up on my screen. I don't know why it does that, but it does. It was something about a virus. Oh, there it is again. So when you put software in your computer, I have AVG. AVG, it just kind of, it doesn't listen to me. It doesn't do what I want it to. Instead, it just pops up randomly and says, hey, we're going to sell you this. Well, you already had to buy AVG in the first place. I have the paid edition, so I don't know why I'm getting this crap. It makes me cranky. Okay, so I was feeling cranky after watching the debate, and I did watch the entire thing, and I found that moderators were okay. They could have done some fact checking, and they didn't. Um, I don't think that it seemed odd that Trump was kind of facing the audience or the cameras. Even when he was turned sideways, he was facing the cameras. Biden, on the other hand, seemed to be awkwardly sideways talking into a microphone, like he hadn't seen where he was going to be, or maybe they didn't come out on stage before the show and make sure everything was okay, just like a sound check, a light check, etc. It didn't come across well. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't vote for him? No, that's not what it means. It means that he still has a lot going on upstairs. He just didn't enunciate it well, and he does look very, very feeble, while Trump looks like he is jacked up on drugs, like he's always saying about Biden. But Trump didn't say anything that meant anything. It was all about border crisis. It's all about your fault. All about I'm the best. I'm the best. I was the best president of this. I did this. Everyone laughs at our country now. No one laughed at our country when I was in charge. I was respected. You're the reason there's wars in Ukraine. You're the reason that there's a war in Gaza. Well, guess what? If I had been president, none of that would have happened. Bull pucky. He doesn't know what is going on, and he's just pulling stuff out of his butt. His big, wide open, gaping butt that, now this isn't substantiated, but I am told by people who used to work on The Apprentice, not me personally, but they have put this out online, that his gape is so large that he wears an adult diaper all the time. And the way I understand it, when he was in court, people around him, he was leaking so much gas or maybe something else into his pants during the trial that they were really disgusted and had to get up and move. So that's who you're wanting to put in the White House if you vote for this guy. Okay, the question I have, should Biden step aside? Well, he didn't give a great impression. So do I think he should step aside? I think he should have stepped aside a long time ago and not ran in the first place. Not just because of his age, but because he's the past. You know, we're moving forward. They should have got some new candidates that are much younger and with new ideas, fresh ideas, and move in and do that. Should he step aside? I would be happy if he stepped down and the Democratic Party maybe put in Gavin Newsom or Pete Buttigieg or even Kamala Harris. I put her in third because I think there are so many misogynistic voters in this country that they're going to have a hard time voting for a woman, even if she is the best candidate. And pretty much she is if she's up against Trump or any of Trump's Magalites. Damn. Anyhow, if someone like Newsom or Buttigieg was to run, you're going to have the right saying they're too progressive, you know, they're communists or socialists, etc. Well, if they're going to run this late in the game, I think I would promote the same programs that the Biden administration is currently pushing. I wouldn't go way far left. Wait till you're in, and then you can start bringing those up and seeing how the people of America actually want them or if they don't want them. And that way you're not being prejudged before you actually get in office. So that's what I would like to see happening. And as far as Biden's speech, it comes with age. If you'll notice that my voice has changed just since the beginning of this video, and it happens. I mean, I don't sing like I used to because I don't think I can make it through a 3-minute song without knowing that my voice isn't going to change from okay to super gravelly and down like this. Can I correct it? I don't know. It'll correct itself in another 15, 20 minutes, 2 minutes, an hour. It's throughout the day this happens. And I don't know what it is. And this video is not about me. It's about the debate. So I'm going to get off that subject. Shoo. And come back to this. Should I run for office? No, I'm not going to run for office. Should Biden step aside? Perhaps. If Biden's not going to step aside, he needs to get his team to come out in full force the next few weeks, at least by Monday, and just slam the airwaves with every falsity that Trump stated during the debate. Much like babies are aborted at late 9 months, and sometimes they're birthed, and then the doctor decides they're going to kill them. That's bull. And he says it over and over and over again. It's crap. Another thing that caught me was his focus on the border, which he focuses on the border a lot. He thinks that it was great under him. Well, I think when it was under him, that's when he kind of put a stop to anyone that's not white, pretty much crossing. And those that did come across, he put in cages. And he separated children from their families, and a lot of those children still haven't been reunited with their families, even though the family stayed or the family was deported. The kid is in limbo somewhere. And no, they didn't have people on hand who spoke Spanish, so they just put kids in cages and they don't know where they're at. So that's not something that Biden did. Did he still lock people up when he became president? Yeah, people are still being held, but you know where those people are at. He's not losing children. So that's something you need to consider too, that just because someone's an immigrant, they're still a person and they still have a family, and you shouldn't separate them like that. It's harsh, it's mean, And that's what the Trump administration had in mind. Because Stephen Miller, the guy who wrote that policy and Trump put in charge, is a white nationalist, and he hates anyone that's not white. So he doesn't want them here anyway. Um, Biden didn't really address that other than saying it's not true. He didn't explain it. Given you're not given a lot of time, but still, that doesn't make him look good. Another thing Trump said that really struck me was that Biden's letting all of these immigrants across the border and they're taking your jobs. They're taking all the black and brown jobs. And black people, all your jobs are being taken by these migrants that are coming over. That Biden's just opened the border and let these people come in and take your jobs. Well, I would like to know, what is a black job? I was unaware that specific jobs are only for people who are black. So if anyone knows what those jobs are, I would love to hear from you via email or just put in a comment below and tell me what jobs are specifically only for black people, and now the Latinos that are coming across the border and the other illegal immigrants are stealing those jobs from black people and putting black people out of work. I don't know where that came from, and I don't know what it means. And I think it's just Trump's racism coming to the surface and him pitting one minority against another. This country is going to grow. We need immigration of all colors, and we need to blend everyone. Okay? There shouldn't be a pure color race. Everyone should just get together, have sex, mix things up, and we'd have a wide range of skin tones, and everyone would be equal, and everything would be happy. A guy can dream. Okay. I don't have a lot more to say about the debate. I mean, there was nothing substantial in it whatsoever. It was talking about you can't putt as well as me. I don't play golf, so I don't relate to that at all. Let's see. Trump said something about Biden's son, which is not nice, and it has nothing to do with being the president. So pretty much everything that Trump said was bull and doesn't have a lot to do with running a country. He wants ultimate power, and him thinking he won this, he's going to be all puffed up and bullyish for the next few days, thinking that he's the king of the world. So I hope that someone in authority lets him know that he doesn't have a crown on and that he's not the king. All right. Today, this video is sponsored by, come on, I'm going to give you 2 seconds to guess. That's right. It's sponsored by this book, 35 Letters, Letters from a Mother to Her Son by Joseph L. Ferguson. Again, this book is insightful. It talks about things as they used to be. If you are under 35, 40 years old, read this book, and it's going to tell you what a woman dealt with in the 70s and how gays were treated in the 70s, early 70s. It's eye-opening. I can't push it any more than that. It's eye-opening. So it's available on Amazon in all formats. And I also mentioned that the audiobook is done by an actress, voice actress from that area, so she has it all down. And I looked it up, and her name is Stacy Smith. I just thought I'd give her a shout out. Stacy Smith. Okay, something else. I watch a lot of channels on YouTube, and I came across someone that would be considered on the woo-woo side, and that is a spirit navigator medium, and her name is Susan Lynn, Susanlynn. And before I did this video, I was scanning through YouTube, and I noticed that she has done a thing on this same debate, and it's called Biden's Plan to Move Past a Bad Debate, and she's at Susan Lynn Spirit Navigator on YouTube. And I haven't watched it yet, but I will the next day or two, just to get her take on it or get her spirit's take on it. But you should check her out if you want an alternative view. I know that in the past, she predicted that, or her spirits predicted, or told her that Biden would win because Trump is going to have some kind of a physical ailment, summer, fall, where he will not be able to be the president because of a physical disability like a stroke or something. But you should check out her channel too. I will list it down in the description of this video, along with a link to today's sponsor, 35 letters. And I think that's it for now. I would love to hear your comments on this and your take on the debate. And go ahead and post. And I would love for you to share this with people other than people that follow me already. I would really like to hear from some Magalites because I don't think I've heard from any Magalites in a while. But yeah, I'd like to get their opinion in there. I mean, I'm not looking for name calling. I'm not calling them anything. But I would like to hear their take on this and why their candidate is the best. And not just because he's the best. I would actually like reasons and policies that help people and policies that don't hurt people or discriminate against people. So that's all I'm going to say for now. This video is 16 and a half minutes or so. I shoot for 15 just because it's easier and I think more people will actually watch it. Plus, I run out of things to say. I'm a cranky old gay guy. I can't bitch all day long because it would put me in a really terrible mood. And I got things I need to get done. And that means interacting with other people. And I don't want to come across as the crab all the time. All right. Until next time, I, Jofer, the cog, cranky old gay guy, says to all you coggers, look at that. I'm speaking in the third person. My mind is slipping again. Be a follower. Follow me. Sign up for this page. Follow the channel. You can be a cog too. And you don't have to be cranky, old, gay, or a guy to be a cogger. You just have to be a follower. So, and I don't mean a follower like a Trumpster. I mean that you follow the channel. I think you know what I mean. And I would also like to hear some good dad jokes because I've been sent a few and I think they're funny. I haven't repeated any on here because I don't know who to credit them to. And I don't want to do someone else's comedy without saying, you know, Joy Behar said this. Because, yeah. Anyway, until we meet again, have a great weekend and talk to you soon.